question I see. So guys, I'm gonna push us along here. Phil, you want to hit some music for me again?
Let's do this.
Oh. Oh, shit. Well then. NFL Talk AFC West preview. Kansas City Chiefs, LA Chargers, Vegas Raiders, and the Denver Broncos. So the way we're going to break this down, guys, we're going to talk about who's winning the division. Pretty obvious. Any other playoff teams there? Maybe you might have some surprises. We might give some fantasy notes on players as we come across their names. We may not get to everybody. Continue to ask questions, audience. And we're gonna give a reality kind of spin as well. So let's go right into it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
I'm challenging Phil, man. So we should probably start with the Chiefs, right? You guys want to start with the Chiefs?
Yeah, let's start
We're going to start with the bottom feeders.
No, we can start with the Chiefs.
Clear-cut division winner, right?
Yeah, the Chiefs.
Obvious.
Yeah.
No one's going to say Chargers or anything, right?
You better not.
No. I think they're going to be a force again. I got them representing the AFC. I think Patrick Mahomes is going to have a dominant year. I think he's hungry. I think he's coming back with a vengeance. I think he was embarrassed in that Super Bowl. And he's been talking a lot of shit lately. But I think they're going to be great. I think Edwards-Helaire is going to have a better year than he did last year because their offensive line's a lot better than it was last year. But that's, I mean, to me, that's pretty cut and dry. I don't really have much to say on them other than I just think they're going to be a force again. And like I said, I think they're coming back hungrier. I think Kelsey's going to be on a mission. I think all of them are. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you on that. I see the Chiefs being 13-4. I'll go AFC Championship game for now because I'm very intrigued about other teams.
Like who? The Bills?
Yes.
And
the Browns.
Okay.
Their defense with the addition of Javion Clowney along with Myles Garrett, that could cause problems. But the Chiefs did add Joe Thuney in free agency from the Patriots. He was an all-pro guard. And they traded for Orlando Brown with the Ravens. So they definitely revamped their offensive line. And I see, their rushing attack being much better because I think he took a lot of hits last year. So I feel like they're going to protect him a lot more by running the football, and then he could pass all day. So
and real fast, fantasy sleeper this year that I actually think could hold a lot of value is McCole Hardman. I think he's going to take a step this year. And like you just said, they're bombs away to begin with. Mm-hmm. And his speed, I mean, when you see Patrick Mahomes throwing the guys, they're wide open.
They're track
to
stars.
Begin with. Yeah.
I think they really want him to succeed. I think that they're going to make an effort to get him involved early this year. I expect a lot more play action this year because I think the rushing game is going to be a little bit better. I think you can expect a safe rebound from Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who was good. I just think that maybe the expectations were a little high. Like, for instance, fantasy, he was going like 6 or 7 in the draft as a rookie. So I do expect that he will have a better season. And yeah, I actually kind of like McCole Hardman too. I'm happy you said that, Mike. But the biggest thing for me, the biggest storyline for the team, which Nick just referenced, was the offensive line. Major upgrades, and not only that, they have depth too. Like they still have Kyle Long. I don't even know if he's going to start. They have Laurent Duvernay-Tardif coming back. He took some time away to be a doctor during COVID. Shout out to him. That's pretty respectable because he had a hell of a year the year before. But they got Joe Thuney. They just got tons of depth. So they kind of seem like they learned from their mistake in the Super Bowl. The mistake was they had nothing behind their starters, and what happened in that game?
Got eaten
up. The Bucs literally made the best player in the NFL look like shit. And he had moments where he was like spectacular, like just scrambling left and right, and he made that diving pass going to the right, almost completed, falling to the ground. He does that shit all the time, but to me, that is going to be the biggest difference maker. I think, off the top of my head, like we're going to touch on this in future episodes before the season. We're going to talk about, playoff expectations, maybe matchups, Super Bowl winners. But right now, I'm leaning towards them as my Super Bowl pick. And I think look out. Like Patrick Mahomes is talking shit now. Like he's angry. You can tell this is a different monster this year. I've never seen him talk like this. He's got an air of confidence and like he's going to get after it this year.
It's just really hard to go to back Super Bowl.
It is, but guess what? I'm leaning towards a rematch right now, the way it stands. That's where I'm leaning.
Bring that shit.
But yeah, you are correct there, Nick. Defense probably should be slightly better than middle of the pack. Like, that's something that we should keep an eye on. But the offense is just so stellar. They're must-see TV every single week.
I agree.
And they're going to be more balanced this year. I really do believe that. Like, I think they're going to be back to where they were 2 years ago. Just fucking dominating 24/7. So, you want to move on?
Oh, shout out to Will.
I was just reading that
Wentz
too.
is god awful. Give me Big Dick Nick. Shout out Will.
That's why there was just that awkward silence for a minute because I was reading that.
He has always said that, though. He says,
He's smart.
He says, "Where's Ben Palante?"
I told him you're in Australia.
No, I know he's trolling me, and I know that. It's okay.
I love this guy.
I saw another comment I wanted to point out from a few minutes ago. Hold on one sec. It was Danny Dietz. He says the only MVP that Carson Wentz is going to be his most valuable pastor.
I like that.
Will, if you had to give a top fan badge to one person, who would it be? I would give it to Will. Like, he literally...
I'm going
just
God
so you
for
guys, I need you guys to know something, since he just trolled me, okay? He literally just goes on Facebook and trolls on the team pages, and he has that top fan badge. So, like, he talks this shit. It's the funniest shit ever. So I encourage him to troll.
We need to collab.
He says... And then he says it's Pepsi sponsoring the show. Look, labels out, my friends. You want to help us out? Go ahead. Reach out to Pepsi for us. I don't see your candidate, Nick. Come on now.
I know.
Those cards are pretty, though.
Well, how about Poland Spring? So
there you go. What is that, Starbucks?
At least water's healthy.
Starbucks. Phil's got a Coke.
Yeah.
But I don't see any questions here, so I'm going to push us along. The Chiefs are an obvious